Hello, this is Soundout here, and welcome back to another Bionicle review. I'm doing a little bit of a throwback today, as we're taking a look at the Bionicle Phantoka Makuta Icarax. Now, this was a Toys R Us exclusive Titan set, released in 2008, along with the Phantoka line. And it is one of the harder to find Bionicle sets that I've seen out there. He does not go for cheap. But he is one of my favorites, and I'm glad to own him. Now, while he may have the Mask of Shadows, much like Makuta Icarax, this is not Icarax, this is Icarax. Kind of a Starscream-ish character in the lore. And I always liked him, I just kind of felt he was underused in the comics, and I've not gotten to the chance to read the 2008 books yet, so I'm not exactly sure if he got expanded upon. But I do know that he is pretty neat overall. Now, like I said, this guy is a Titan set, but he's mostly made of existing parts. So if you wanted to, you could feasibly piece this together from several parts. Because these wing pieces were used all throughout Phantoka, the whole Makuta leech chest thing. Pretty much everything you see here is in some way released in another form. Now, whether they've been in these colors, that's another thing to be seen. But let's take a look at his mask. I'm just going to pop it off here. Put him off to the side. This is the Mask of Shadows, classically used by Makuta Icarax, or just the Makuta for those who know the original series. And naturally, with it being a black color, it's throwing off my white balance significantly. I always liked how it looks like a face here, but then you also have this really cool looking face on the other side. So you do have a couple options here with this mask, which is pretty neat overall. It's a neat mask. It's the same that was released with the Pterodax set back in 2003. And to accommodate for this, he doesn't have a standard head. His eyepiece cuts off in the back here, which I don't remember having on any of the other post-Metro Nui guys. So they can have the mask like this, but you can also swivel his head around and have it like that, which I prefer to leave like that. It's kind of how they advertise it. It's the coolest looking version. Let's talk about my least favorite part of this set. The blue pins all throughout the front here. You can see 4 of them right in the front. They're on the legs. On the back as well, there's a couple blue pins. Those stick out so much. I wish they would have been gray. Because these here, those don't stick out because they kind of match with the silver. So that's kind of problematic. The other thing is that you can't see the red pin that was used to hold the eyepiece in, but it kind of gives him a little bit of an eye, a pupil for his eyes, which is pretty neat. Now, in terms of this guy's build, man, he is solid. He's got these connectors up here to connect his hips to his legs. He's got a hydraulic system back here that looks really cool and works really well overall. And you can see it's just layered with parts so that he's super solid. Like, this guy will not be falling over anytime soon. You have him good to go, and no matter how much shaking of a table, he's not going to fall over because he's super solid. Now, talking about this guy's articulation, because articulation is important with Bionicle, as it's one of its biggest selling features. So he's got the ball joint neck that can, move all the way around, which is pretty sweet. His wings are on ball joints, as well as having a swivel here, so you can position them. You can even fold them away. You don't want him flying. You gotta have them folded away, which is pretty neat. I prefer to have them all splayed out, because that just looks cool. He's got ball joints at the shoulders. He's got an elbow joint here. He's got a wrist ball joint here, which is pretty neat, for his double-bladed sword weapon. These are Toa Ignika's sword pieces, and these are like Alex claws from the previous year, the Baraki. And then also you have this arm, which has a ball joint here, but has actually a really cool geared function. It's one of the last ones I know of, where you spin this, and it actually spins his shield. And these blades, these are all existing pieces. It's a Bow-Rock shield. That's those sword pieces from somebody, I can't remember at the moment. But you have this cool spinning shield arm, which is really neat. By this point, gears have been pretty much rendered out, and I'm not sure if any other Bionicle sets in Gen 1 actually have gears past this guy. So there is that. Now his hips, like I said, they do move. They are super solid. These joints all work in conjunction. It looks really cool and mechanical. His knees kind of work. They're a little restricted because this piece does not move, but you do get his foot pivoting quite a bit, and it's on a ball joint. So this guy can get a well range of poses overall with his shield and his sword, and honestly looks quite impressive overall. I gotta say, the look of this guy is really what you get him for, especially with how expensive he is. If you don't like the way he looks, then you got a problem. But like I said, he is mostly reused parts, and that includes his leech pod. All the Makuta from Phantoka had leech pods in their chests, and so what you do is you push this little thing in on the back, and it would pop out these leeches. Now these leeches, there's 4 of them in each pod. These are supposed to be shadow leeches. Now these would attach to Matoran and turn them into Shadow Matoran. They're pretty neat. Now you get 4 of them. They have little eyes. They're kind of cute. And then you get the pod to put them in, which is just a 2-piece thing. And most of the time when you drop it, it does that. That was completely defeating the purpose. Thanks, pod. Anyways, it pops open and the leeches go everywhere. Which is the whole idea, is that they're in the air, they drop it, and then they can infect the Matoran. So that's pretty neat overall, and is a neat little gimmick. I always like that about the Makuta, because they weren't just a launcher. The Phantoka Toa had launchers, and they were just Zamor spheres put into a new barrel cannon, and the Makuta had leeches, which I thought was neat. So overall, Makuta Icarax is pretty cool. I gotta say that out of all the Titan sets I own, he's probably my favorite. Yeah, the real only design flaw I see is that his arm looks kind of gimpy, just with it's a symbol here with a Hortica arm. But if you kind of have it posed, it looks a lot better, especially with the shield being able to rotate. I think that's the coolest thing. But yeah, overall, Icarax is really cool. I can kind of recommend him. He is a little harder to get. He was a store exclusive. If you're looking for the set online, he's not cheap. I will say this, out of my 2008 Bionicle set, Icarax is definitely my favorite. I hope you guys enjoyed this throwback review. Now, I want to review some older Bionicle sets while we're waiting for 2015 Summer Wave, and then from there to the 2016 Winter Wave. And I'm not really sure where to begin. The issue is that I don't own every set, so I can't do them in order. I own a lot of sets, but I don't own every one of them. Some of them are missing parts because just moving them from time to time, I've lost pieces here and there. For the most part, they're complete for the ones I've kept track of. So it is a little tricky. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to open up to requests. Now, I don't have a specific list of what I own at the moment. Basically, here's how this is going to work. Post a comment below, make a request for a set. If I have it, I'll gladly review it. If I have it and it's missing parts, I'll let you know. If I don't have it, I'll let you know as well. I'll post and reply to all those comments. But yeah, leave comments, let me know what you guys want to see. Because I definitely want to review more Bionicle. And I can't really review nothing more from 2015 until August, when the summer sets and the books come out. So until then, let me know what you think I should review. Be sure to check out HeroTaku.com for all your Bionicle news and more. And stay tuned here on Soundout 12 and subscribe for more videos, as Mondays I review model kits, Thursdays is Soundout's Toy Chest, where I review a random item from my collection, and Saturdays is the Soundout Review, where I take a look at something from one of my favorite lines. And until next time, the Soundout saying, goodbye.